One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. An interesting one question today as we have Kyle Sherman, the president of Home Team Sports and Fox College Sports Properties, as well as Chris Foy, the president of Impression Sports and Entertainment. This morning, you've probably already seen the news that Kyle's unit has acquired Chris and Impression Sports. Big deal in the naming rights space and multimedia rights space for college athletics. So we're going to dig in a little further via the podcast beyond what's been reported out there thus far. And Kyle, if you'll recount for me a little bit to get us started here on, we hear the word fit so often across college athletics, but general business as well in terms of fit of adding a property, adding an individual, adding a head coach, and how they need to weave into your culture or already have a lot of the same DNA that your unit has. So talk me through how you identify that in Chris and Impression and what you expect them to add to your portfolio moving forward.
Sure. Thanks, Matt, and good to be on your show. First statement would be that from a Fox Sports perspective and Home Team Sports perspective, we view the Impression purchase as a natural extension of what we're already doing, and that it also contributes a core competency to HTS that we don't possess right now, which is naming rights in the sponsorship space. We're already a big sponsorship company. Home Team Sports represents all 79 domestic teams in the NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball. We also have college conference deals with the Big Ten Network and the Pac-12 networks. And we also have Fox Sports College Properties, which encompasses 6 universities and the conference relationship with the Big East Conference. So our 6 universities are University of Southern California, which includes the Coliseum and Harborside assets. We also have Michigan State, Auburn, Georgetown, Villanova, San Diego State, which we're adding this fall, and the Big East Conference, as I mentioned. So we feel really great about where our business is today. We've built this business out for the last decade on the premise that we are going to connect brands with fans. We started out as a television rep company that sold sponsorships to and media that is now becoming a more full-fledged sponsorship company. We've added properties and added capabilities throughout that decade that have given us the capability to be able to do a lot of things in the sponsorship world. So we're very excited about Impression. And I guess from an advertising or marketing standpoint right now, if you think about 12 years ago or 19 years ago when I started with Fox, the advertising and marketing business was fairly straightforward. You had TV, radio, print, outdoor, direct response, a few other niche assets that you could look at. But basically, you choose your marketing channel, you'd make an investment. If you dropped in good creative, you got results. So, from that perspective, it's gotten a lot more complex in the last decade. The advent of digital and social and mobile channels have bifurcated and upended some of these traditional marketing channels. And it really is making for a very difficult time for marketers to make choices. We look at the sponsorship business, especially as it comes to sports media and naming rights and the things that we do on the professional collegiate side, as being a safe harbor for sponsors. It's working media. We don't have to guess if that digital or social execution that we put in place was actually resultant in brand recognition, brand metrics that we're trying to measure, whether that's sales, whether that's brand image, whatever reason a marketer comes to choose to partner with us. We know that sports sponsorship is something that works, and it works greatly because the fan base is passionate. You're reaching consumers who are engaged, consumers who are ready to associate with brands that associate with their teams. And I think that's the beauty of sports and the beauty of local team sponsorship. And that's the reason why we've scaled our business from local, regional, or national perspective. And adding the naming rights from Impression is something that really gives us a good advantage in the marketplace.
Chris, you and Impression Sports have done a number of deals over the last couple of years that are commonplace for our industry or notable for our industry with the Florida Citrus naming rights, a number of bowl games, the arena in Greenville where you've done some entrance naming rights. What will the marriage now allow you guys to do from a scale standpoint, specifically in college athletics, as Look, the Kroger deal at Kentucky just a couple of weeks ago, I'm sure opened a number of eyes. How quickly can you try to scale your expertise in this space?
Well, Matt, first of all, thanks for having me, and again, really happy to be a part of the show here. Great question. I mean, let me just first start off by saying how excited we are to be aligning with Kyle and his team with Fox Sports College Properties, HTS, and the Fox brand. Our company, as you mentioned earlier, has been really doing some great things. We were a pretty small boutique sponsorship agency. We've really specialized in 95% of our business in the sales representation side of the equation. And as you noted earlier, we've been able to do some pretty unique things. We're building a great team here that has led to our success, and we're really excited to see what the future brings through this merger. For us, it really didn't take a lot of thinking when the opportunity came along to potentially align with Fox and HTS. When you look at who they are as a brand, you've heard Kyle just speak on who they are as a company, their reach and breadth of who they are and who they connect with. We thought it was a logical development for where we were in our stage of development to really look at something that would help us, get our name and our talent out there from a national perspective. And certainly with Kyle and his team, that's going to happen immediately. We do, like you just highlighted, Matt, we do think that there's an enormous opportunity in the college ranks as it relates to stadium and naming rights. We also think there's an equally important opportunity through the major markets and pro sports teams. As you may be aware, some of these deals that were done 15, 20 years ago are now expiring. There's a lot of renovation and capital investment improvements coming into some of these NHL and NBA facilities. And with that comes an opportunity for us to maybe get involved on securing new naming rights for these clubs and for these teams. And we're excited. The opportunity for us as a company is to grow exponentially, really get our brand out there, and more importantly, drive a lot of value for our clients through the resources that will be provided.
Kyle, is it fair to say that one of the expectations coming out of this deal is the ability for you guys to win more full rights on some campuses as a byproduct of having this specialty as part of your portfolio?
Yeah, I think a couple of different levels to that. One is that HTS, we are already in the business of connecting with brands, and so we have a pretty extensive network of direct client communication with major top marketers, whether it's T-Mobile or Taco Bell or Southwest Airlines or Visa or any big brand. HTS is there because of the importance of what we do on the television sponsorship side of the business. So that's one aspect to it. And I think that from a school perspective or from our collegiate properties perspective, what we like to do is we like to really customize our offering depending upon the university. Every university is different. The politics, the reason for being, the reason why they partner with us is different from school to school, but our strength is that we are running a business which really takes care of the individual schools' needs, which could be different depending upon whether you're talking to Michigan State or Georgetown, et cetera. So the bottom line, though, is to have the ability to be able to name things or have deeper roots within the sponsorship business because of having extensions in the naming rights business. It really helps us to be able to lay that out for our partner schools so that they can take advantage when these opportunities do come about. USC and the Coliseum, perfect example, number one. But we'll be looking to do that with our schools as opportunities come up, and I think our schools will be excited to hear about it.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.